Hi guys, it's March the 15th, it's 11:35 in the morning. I gotta tell you guys something. I ordered a cage, remember, from Wayfair. Yesterday it arrived, but it was water damaged. I know that there's nothing wrong with the cage, because I opened up the box. The box was totally falling apart. What the guy had done was there's these two beams in front of the house, and then there's like a nice, 12 square feet or whatever you want to call it, area in front of the, before the door is here, right? The door's here, and there's a little covered area above the door, like a kind of like a covered area. So the guy left it right where the pole was in the rain. So the box was wet from the top all the way down, and because it was sitting on the ground, right? The water soaked through from above or below, I don't know, but it was completely drenched on the bottom. So when you lift the box, everything falls out. So luckily my mom was actually picking me up because I had to go sign some papers for the tax refund thing, tax returns. Anyway, she said, "Oh, I think, did you order a cage? I think it's at the door." And I'm like, "No, it's not supposed to be here till the 18th or the 19th. What happened was it was supposed to be on arriving on March the 12th. On March the 12th, Pearl later showed that it was still in Toronto. I figured they hadn't updated, so I waited outside for almost 6 hours, standing nonstop outside, and I had lunch outside. Everything was freezing cold, and it didn't arrive, and I finally got fed up and cold of waiting, so I decided to live chat with Pearl later, and they said, "Oh, it's actually delayed. It's not even supposed to be scheduled to arrive until next day, March 13th. On our end, it shows that it's due to arrive before or on the date of March 13th. And I said, "Well, on my end, it shows you're supposed to be here today, by the end of today." And they said, "Well, no." So, okay, fine. So then next day, I was smart. I decided I wasn't going to wait. I'm just going to let you guys see these guys. I wasn't going to wait outside until I, confirmed that it was really on its way. So I went online, and I found out that, according to Pearl later, it still was in Toronto. So I asked Wayfair, I live chatted with Wayfair this time, and they said, actually, I can see that it hasn't been updated since the 7th of March. It's still in Toronto. So they go and said they would call Pearl later for me, which is good because I don't want to use my cell phone for that. So they get back to me in about 3 minutes, and they told me that Pearl later says that it apparently missed its connection flight in Toronto, so it's actually delayed. And they said that the new date for arrival will be at the earliest, according to Pearl later, it will be March 18th or March 19th to be safe. But it would be pushing it at 18th because it was going by Pearl later ground. It wasn't going by air. So okay, so I left it at that. I asked them about the signature required, and they said, yeah, if you don't want signature, meaning you don't want to be standing outside and making sure you don't miss them, you could leave a message for Pearl later, and they could just leave the cage at the door, but it's like your own risk. But because I wasn't expecting them to arrive until the 18th, I didn't leave them a message yet. And then suddenly on the 14th, I look online in the morning, and Pearl later says it was still in Toronto. In the afternoon, I checked again, and it says it was still in Toronto. And then all of a sudden, before my mom came, I didn't know, but apparently it came around about noon. And so I was like, what the hell, right? And I'm outside, it's pouring, and the box is soaking wet. And so I was really, really angry. Luckily, the cage is fine, but I filed a complaint with Wayfair, and I told them, this is really unprofessional. According to Pearl later, they have to sign it. They can't just leave it there. They can if there's an option, but I was told by Wayfair I was supposed to sign for it. They couldn't just dump it there. So I had a peace of mind knowing at least it was either I signed for it or I have to go somewhere to a depot to pick it up. And so they got back to me this morning and told me that they apologized in generic form that the cage didn't arrive, the way it's supposed to. And then I sent them some photos because I couldn't do it on the initial complaint form. So I sent them photos showing them what happened with the box. It was completely ripped and stuff. And the box has been disposed of, so because I was worried it would damage the house because it was soaking wet and sitting on the floor in the house. But instead of just, giving me what I wanted was a personalized, like, I'm sorry, not just a generic, like, we apologize, you experienced difficulty. I wanted a personal sorry and, maybe like a discount, like on a future order, or maybe minus the shipping I just paid because it was crappy shipping, right? It was late and everything, or maybe a discounted shipping. But instead, they're going to replace the cage. So now I'm going to have one more of these add-ons. I don't even know what to do with it now. So basically, I basically received this unit that goes right here. I'm going to receive a second one as a free of charge. So, but the way I see it is if they do mail me a second one, it probably means I'm going to be buying one more. Because I like them to be even on the top. I want them to be completely even. And right now I already have it at too high. But problem is I'm standing upright right now and my hand reaches right here. Standing up. So the problem is if I'm going to use the second one that they mail me, my cage is going to be over 7 feet tall. Which also means I'm going to need a step ladder just to clean the top shelf. I plan to let them have it, obviously, because there's no point in keeping it in a box. And I don't want to sell it. I mean, I probably could sell it because locally they don't sell it in Canada. Not in BC anyway. They don't sell the add-on units. You can only get it through the USA. And that's only online. You can get the Ferret Nation in a store, but you can't get it, you can't get the Critter Nation add-on units in the store anywhere. I went to the US just to find it and I couldn't. They said they don't carry it, only online. PetSmart and everything sells it, just online. But it does mean that I'm probably going to have to save up another $130. I'm going to buy 2 more of these metal pans for the add-on units I'm going to buy then. Because my baby started chewing the cutout area with the plastic pans, which is the reason I moved up the date to get these pans. So, yeah, it's been a real roller coaster. I have one more shipment awaiting delivery. The alfalfa cookies never arrived. They never even shipped, apparently, because apparently the same reason, Toronto's having bad weather. So they voluntarily refunded me my money. So I went with another company. This one's local, but it costs more. It's in Canada. I'm not shipping from the USA. USA was $3.99 a bag of alfalfa cookies. Canada was $4.99, and the shipping was a little higher. Instead of $5.99 shipping, I was paying, I think, $11.99. But at least I will get it faster because they were telling me that the earliest they could give it to me was another 21 days, which is going to be over 1 month waiting period for my cookies. And I said, you know, I'm not going to be here in 1 month. So they offered me a refund before I filed the dispute because I was like, you know, I never signed on for that long of a wait. If you have a weather problem, you should have told me beforehand. So they voluntarily gave me a refund, which I was okay with. They gave me a full refund, so including the U.S. exchange. So I was really, really impressed. I think I'm ordering something from Pet Max now, the cookies. I was ordering from Pet Care RX. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. So the cookies will be delivered to my parents' place because I don't know when they're coming and I don't want to have the same problem of shipping. In case there's a weather problem, I don't really want to make people refund me. So it's going to be shipped there. The new cage that they're replacing will also be shipped to my parents' place. It should arrive on April 1st, which is what I told them. I said that I will be moving out by March 23rd. So if you can get it to deliver anytime after March 25th, that would be great. So what they're going to do is ship it out on March 18th, and it should arrive by April. So I'm guessing that if it ships on March 18th, it should be there by the Friday or the Monday or something near there. So it's not too bad. The dates line up pretty good. But yeah, I'm suddenly getting a free cage. Just half a cage though. But if you think about it, the cage I bought plus the cage they're giving me is equivalent to 1 cage for half the price. So basically I am getting half a cage for free. So it's pretty good. Yeah, I'll upload this sometime in I don't know, now.